Hey, and good morning, everybody. This is Sherman Ray. The Lost Lovin and Livin in Vegas magazine. Thank you guys for being here on the show this morning. Boy, I've got some really weird stuff going on here already. Early this morning, you think you got it all together, and you don't. But welcome to the show today, folks. It is almost a couple of days before Veterans Day, and it's we're just having some exciting things happening here in Las Vegas today. So I want to welcome everybody to the show today. We're a little early today, and the reason why is I've got some appointments later on today. But I want to thank everybody for being very patient with us as we get this day going. We will still do from 8 to 8:30, and we'll try to get this down. We really will. Every once in a while, things like this happen where you just kind of hit a roadblock and you just gotta adjust. So thank you for all being a part of the show. I'm your host, Sherman Ray. I'm the publisher of Lovin and Livin in Vegas magazine, and the magazine actually will be out. So some of you have been asking about the magazine, but the magazine will be out January. We are finalizing a launch party for it. The launch party. Oh, so some of you have been watching my whiskers grow. I'm gonna put a little tighter shot on that. Some of you have been watching my whiskers grow, and you've been wondering why I've been growing my facial hair out. You know, it's not that I'm lazy. It's just that now is Movember. The month of November is called Movember, and it's Men's Health Month. And so what we're doing is we're growing out some facial hair. Okay. And when you do that, we've you kind of signify that you're you're aware of men's health, that kind of stuff. And so what does that have to do with the magazine? Well, January, when we do the launch of the magazine, we are going to have an event, and it's called the first annual Las Vegas Whiskey and Whiskers Festival. And I know it sounds funny, doesn't it? Whiskey and Whiskers. And you can't have a whisker festival and do a competition if you have no facial hair, right? And what a great time. I think a couple of months of guys growing hair on their face is a great amount of time for guys to get going and getting your face on. So guys, we encourage you right now, not only just observe Men's Health Month, we really appreciate that, and that's really paramount about the whole thing. But when we launch our magazine January 15th of 2022, we want you to be a part of our festival, which will be held here in Las Vegas. We are finalizing the location. I was just talking with the location yesterday. So I think we've got that all down. We've got that all ironed out. We'll be having vendor booths. We'll have a competition. We'll have bands. It'll be just knocked down fun. We'll have some whiskey there, which will be cool because you can't have whisker and whiskey if you don't have whiskey. So we're going to have that. So we'll do a tasting. It should be just a fantastic time. So some of you are asking, how do I get a copy of the magazine? If you want to get a copy of the magazine, all you have to do is really email us. Just send me an email at Lovin and Livin in Vegas. Oh, let me move that away so you can actually see it. Lovin and Livin in Vegas, or info at, oops, boy, I made it. That was a mess. Info at Lovin and Livin in Vegas.com. Info at lovinandlivininvegas.com, and we'll put you on a mailing list. We actually had quite a few people send us requests yesterday. Excuse me. They sent us requests yesterday, and we thank you for that. So definitely send us requests to get a copy of the digital copy of the magazine. We will go to a print copy of the magazine coming later in the year in 2022, but we'll come out with the digital edition first. We'll start blasting that all over the place. It'll be really fun. You can always go to our website too, folks. We just encourage you to go to our website at lovinandlivininvegas.com. Check out all the articles. We're updating stuff all the time. As a matter of fact, this video, some of you are not able to watch the video live and live streamed here on YouTube. You can get it on our website. So just go to lovinandlivininvegas.com /show. Okay, Lovin and Livin in Vegas show /show. on the URL, and you can actually see all of the videos for the Lovin and Livin in Vegas show. So very cool. Well, you know what? Let's get on with the show, folks. We really need to get on with the show. There was a really cool article that we really want to highlight to you guys today, and there was a Las Vegas family, and we love these feel good stories. We really do. There was a Las Vegas family that shared their adoption story during National Adoption Month, and this is National Adoption Month. And I mean, this is just one of those great stories. We wanted to highlight this organization here in Las Vegas, and the organization is called Raise the Future. And Tasha Fredkin of Las Vegas was watching a local television program about fostering kids when she saw Wesley for the first time, and she said, "Hey." She approached her husband David, and you can see the picture of David right there, and said, "Hey, I know this is going to sound crazy, but we need to adopt this kid." And this kid, Wesley, who's now 15 years of age, they said, "Look, we really need to show him a home." And this is one of those feel-good stories. I'm going to read a little bit of it. It says, he said, "Thank you." This is Wesley. He says, "I couldn't do anything without them. They encouraged me to be the best version of myself." And he said after his 2022 adoption, there was a lot of memorable things Wesley did with his new family. He visited his first pumpkin patch, trick-or-treated for the first time. This kid's, my gosh. Carved pumpkins with his sister, played chess with his brother, decorated a Christmas tree, and played catch with his dad. And this is the interesting thing about it, is this kid thought, boy, this is kind of goofy, kind of cringy. He's seen it on TV with people doing this kind of stuff. But he thought, this is kind of a cringy thing. I don't know if I'd really want to, do anything like this. And but when he did it, he said, "Man, this is actually pretty cool. Yeah, this is a pretty cool thing." And I think that's probably the feel good part about it. Once again, the name of this organization is Raise the Future. And it works with adoptions. They say there's about 3,000 kids in Las Vegas and Clark County that are in foster care. Not all of them are adopted out. He says, excuse me, once again, he said about 500 of those kids are adopted every year. However, not all the children in the system are waiting to be adopted. So, very, very cool. So I wanted to do we're gonna do a little segment here that I thought would be cool, that I think you would think would be pretty cool. And there are myths, and there's some crazy things about Las Vegas. A lot of people, they think that they know Vegas, they think they know Nevada, but they really don't. So let's dispel just one of those myths, and we're gonna do this every day, where we're gonna dispel a myth. The number one myth about Las Vegas is people just go to Nevada to gamble. Okay? Granted, we do have the most incredible casinos on earth. There's no doubt about that. Las Vegas, even north in Reno, Laughlin, we just have some great casinos here. Not just great. And I want to apologize to you guys so much. I keep doing that. And I think it's a nervous thing. I don't think it's really tired, because I'm not tired. I think it's just kind of a nervous thing. But Nevada does have the best casinos in the world. I don't care how many they build over in Macau and all those other places. Nevada, definitely number one. But as a state, where gambling is legal, strictly for individuals over the age of 21, you will find slot machines in airports, gas stations, even grocery stores. But with millions of acres of parks and wilderness, heart-stealing towns, and something going on just about everywhere you go, with more envy-sparking scenery that you can shake a selfie stick at, your odds of a one-of-a-kind, story-filled payoff are pretty much 1-to-1. Okay? People come here, yes, they come here to gamble, but people come here a lot more for the scenery. We have Mount Charleston, we've got hiking, we've got skiing, we've got boating, we've got all kinds of recreation. We got more desert out here than you could shake a stick at. So yes, people come here to gamble. That's not that's not really the reason why a lot of people come here. Let's take a look at another story here, folks. Let's see here. I'm messing with stuff here, folks. Many of you have heard of VGK. That's right. The VGK, folks, not just won, folks. They won big time. Vegas Golden Knights beat the Kraken this week, yesterday, actually. They beat them 4-2. Now, this is interesting. The Kraken and the VGK, the Vegas Golden Knights, our Vegas Golden Knights, are the newest hockey teams in the NHL. The Vegas Golden Knights is our fourth season that we've just come out. And our first season, we went to the playoffs. Our second season, went to the playoffs. Our third season, went to the playoffs. Okay, we're just on fire. It's our fourth season. The Kraken, the Seattle Kraken, just came out of the box, and we played them as our opening night game. And we beat them. Yes, we did. The first night, we beat them 4-3. And then again, last night, they went to the Fortress. That's the T-Mobile Arena. We call it the Fortress. And they went to the Fortress and they tried to play us. And they lost. 4-2. It was two goals in the third period, about 46 seconds apart. Shea Theodore and Riley Smith hit one to break the tie at 2-2, the other one to go ahead for a 4-2 win. And this is an interesting thing about it, is the VGK. The VGK started out with a really crappy start to a season. As a matter of fact, we were 1-4 when we started the season, and then since then we have gone on a 6-2 tear. Since then, so we're just making some major headway, which is awesome. Vegas has become the sports town. I know we talk a lot about hiking and fishing and all the other stuff, but Vegas has become a sports town. Yes, there's a lot of gambling here, but Vegas, the Las Vegas Aces, and we're going to talk about another sports story here in just a minute. But some of the stuff that is going on here in the city of Las Vegas is phenomenal, and we're just can't say much more about it. It's just pretty cool. There's another story that let's hit this story. Okay, there you go. It's official, folks. The Fontainebleau is underway. Fontainebleau 2.0. Okay, so here's the story about the Fontainebleau. If you've gone down the Strip, you have probably seen this big superstructure of a building that's about 60 stories up in the air, that's been sitting there for literally 15 years. And and people are wondering, are they going to just tear it down? And so here's the thing about it. Since 2008, in the city of Las Vegas, we went through the Great Recession, and then recently we are gone through the coronavirus pandemic, which basically shut down the town in 2020. Literally all of 2020, pretty much. Excuse me. One thing, maybe I need some coffee. We're going to get to this story here pretty quick, too. My coffee cup actually has something to do with our another story we're going to be talking about. Okay. So, the Fontainebleau was one of those buildings, one of those projects that was started about 15 years ago. And it ran into some money problems, ran into some issues, and then it actually just kind of stood there. So it's been sitting there for a long time. Well, it's official, folks. It's going to be one of the greatest full circle stories in American business history. But Jeffrey Stauffer, the chairman and CEO of Fontainebleau Development, says that the building is back on. It's going to be finished. There are going to be some tweaks. They'll probably continue with the blue glazing on the front, the glass that's on the front and stuff like that. But here's the cool thing about this, folks. is the Fountain Blue was sold twice since its inception in like 2008, something like that. And now, when it came back on the market to be bought again to a new owner, guess who the new owner was? That's right, the guy who started the project in the first place. So, Jeffrey Sofer, the CEO, once again, the chairman and CEO of Fountain Blue Development, came back in when he saw that the building was coming back up for sale and bought the building. And now he's going to complete it. So one of the things he was saying is, he goes, man, I can't believe, I'm going to actually be able to finish this thing, which is so excited for him about that. And, that you can't beat that. You really can't beat that. I'm gonna switch gears for just a second here, folks, and because there's a story I wanted to get to, and I know I'm doing a lot of stuff here, folks. So I want to apologize to you. One of these days, I'm going to get a guy working in the booth so we can have him do this stuff. But until then, I'm doing it. So I alluded to the fact that we actually have that I've got a coffee cup here. Now, this is not a regular coffee cup. This is a Boulder Dam. Can you see that? I'll put the camera up there. Put it up to the camera a little bit. Can you see that? Okay. Hoover Dam. So this is this is a metal cup. It's very heavy, and I love this cup. My wife and I used to go to the Boulder Dam Hotel once every 3 months or so, and we'd spend a couple of days there, kind of hang out at the brewery, that kind of stuff. Well, they're in Boulder City. They actually have a film festival, and it is it's coming back on. This is a really cool story. So I'm gonna read this. I'm probably not gonna be. Yeah, I can do this. Okay, I'll switch camera angles. It says, I love movies, history, and dams. If you love movies, history, and dams, you're in luck. The Dam Short Film Festival, get it? Boulder Dam Short Film Festival is offering a virtual screenings of award-winning favorites by Nevada filmmakers. This is really cool. Last year, the pandemic forced the festival to go online, and the festival's executive director says that opened the festival up to a much wider audience than in the past. This is pretty cool. This is a good story. So they decided to do an off-season showcase of some top shows virtually, and some top shorts virtually. It's something that we can have a great pride in, the great talent that's in Nevada, and it really lets us get to know a lot about our state, because a lot of these films are about Nevada and the people in Nevada and issues we face. So, that's a pretty cool thing. It's going to be the 18th Annual Dam Short Film Festival, February 10th through the 14th, at the historic Boulder Dam Theater. And we have been trying to get into that. We'll put links to this, folks. We'll put links to this story in our show notes, and you'll actually be able to see this on our Facebook page also, too. But we've been trying to get in that theater, because every time we would go to Boulder City, we would try to go to this theater, and every time it was closed. And we've got looks like we've got people in the chat room. And I'm sorry I didn't notice it at first, but I kind of got the chat box off to the side. That's pretty cool. So, folks, the February 10th through the 14th, the Boulder Dam, the Dam Short Film Festival is going to go virtual too, and you can check that out. Very, very cool stuff. So, once again, if this is your first time joining us for the show, I'm Sherman Ray. I'm your host. I am the soothsayer of Las Vegas, I guess. And we have a magazine that's coming out January. It'll probably be out right at January 1st, but we're going to have a launch party for it, which will be very, very cool. So if you are a guy and you're growing facial hair for Movember, don't cut it off. Okay, don't cut it off at the end of the month. Okay, let it grow, because January we are having a festival and a competition where you can show off your really cool beard, mustache, and we'll have prizes for it. You'll have, we'll videotape the whole thing. It will just be awesome. The event is called the first annual Las Vegas Whiskey and Whiskers Festival. And I'm telling you, this is going to be cool. So that's why I'm growing some facial hair. And I think you're going to be able to, I think it's going to be fun. I think you're going to have a great time with this event. And why not, right? Let's, oh, this was a good story. So Las Vegas has a lot of technology, a lot of things that are going on in the. I'm sorry. Somebody's saying something here. I'm gonna read. Oh, okay. Somebody says they've found our theme song, which is very cool. So, okay, now I can see that. There was a story in Channel 13 News had a story out, and this story was about the future of transportation in Nevada, and we talked a little bit about this. A couple of shows ago, where we were talking about the Boring Company, Elon Musk's company, who's doing some underground stuff here in Las Vegas, and then we were talking about Tesla yesterday, because one of the things that a lot of people are really kind of concerned about the whole battery issue with Tesla is that we're buying all of our stuff from China. Well, here in Nevada, we actually have huge lithium deposits. Not only that, but we have copper, we've got silver, we've got gold, of course. We've got everything you need to build a battery for these cars. And so the future of Nevada is huge because we've got basically the whole supply chain here in the state of Nevada. Well, there was another story that just came up, and we want to read a little bit. They said, here in Las Vegas, transportation is looking towards the future. We're moving away from more conventional modes of travel to more innovative ways to get around, like the Vegas Loop, making transportation safer and helping connect people from around the valley. And so they're talking about this loop that they're going to try to look at. This might be interesting. Commissioner Michael Naft says transportation has become somewhat of a passion project for him. The state of Nevada continues to grow. I think it's incredible time here in Southern Nevada, and if you're involved in innovative transportation, this is the place to be. Clark County is the place to be. So this story is about the Vegas Loop. It's a project that they've already approved, moving thousands and thousands of people underground in an efficient way, and according to Commissioner Naft, a safer way. So this is going to be interesting, folks. If you've gone to a Raider game, and many of you have, you know that the Raider games, to go to the Death Star. I love that name. To go to the Death Star to watch a game on the south end of the valley is almost impossible. I mean, it really is. So I think a lot of people are probably starting to do the tailgating, not just because they want to tailgate. It's because, dang, it's hard to get a parking spot, or you're spending $50 to get a parking spot. Why not just go to the game and spend your whole day there, and not have to do that? Because they found out that it's very tough to get in and out of parking. So the Boring Company, county commissioners, all these people are getting together, and they're talking about, hey, let's try to find a way to get people closer and get them safer in and out of these corridors. And I think what it'll probably start out at the Allegiant Stadium area. It'll be in that area because really it gets so congested there. I went to a game there, and Chris is saying, yeah, he said I thought it was between Paradise Swenson near Harmon, and it might be. There are congested areas that are just it won't be all over town. They're going to probably test it certain parts of town. what we're going to find out, though, folks, is that Vegas, I think what they said in the next 10 years, we're going to have another 500,000 people here. Dang, that's a lot of people. Now, when I came to Vegas back in the early 60s, there were about 100,000 people here in Las Vegas. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was about 100,000 people when I was a kid. Now, here in the metro area, it's over 2 million people. That's a lot of people. And they figure in the next 10 years, we're going to get another 500,000 people here. They got to find a way to lessen the congestion because you got to get from here to there. So, this Vegas loop, they're going to work on, they're going to work on a project. So it should be good. This should be interesting. I think it'll be kind of interesting to see what happens with this. So we'll find out. We just got a couple more minutes. Oh gosh, what are we gonna do? Let's do this story. Okay. There's a story that I wanted to make sure I get rid of here. Okay. So. Okay. Oh no, that's not it. Let's get rid of that one. Yeah, there it is. Okay. All right. So the city of Henderson is doing something real cool. More and more we're having festivals. Okay. The Lovin and Livin in Vegas is having a festival January 15th. The city of Henderson is actually having its first ever American Indian Heritage Celebration. This is probably long overdue because, we've got Hualapai, we've got Paiute, we've got all kinds of Indian, tribes that were a part of Nevada for years, and we've never really acknowledged in a significant way their contributions. So the city of Henderson is presenting its first ever American Indian Heritage Celebration on Saturday, November 13th. So it's just in a couple of days, folks, from 10 to 5. The free event is a tribute to Native American culture and includes live music, storytelling, traditional dance, special performances by Martha Redbone, and the Yellow Bird Indian Dancers. That'll be cool. And so we really encourage you. We're going to put all this stuff, we'll put the links to all this stuff on our Facebook page. We'll actually have this on our website also, but definitely check this one out. I mean, we've got a lot of cool things that are going on here in Las Vegas. This is probably one of those things that's probably going to become an institution, especially in the city of Henderson. I don't know why Vegas didn't get it first, but city of Henderson did their job on this one, and we're so excited for them that they're actually doing something like that. Anyways, we've got a busy day today. I want to remind you that we will post this show on our website, which is at www.lovinlivinvegas.com /show. So go up to the top of the link. There'll actually be a new tab that we just put up there where now you can actually go and see all the old shows. And this one, we'll post this one up there a little later today because I've got some really interesting things I got to work on this morning. That's why we're kind of early today. Also, we are doing the magazine. So the magazine is actually coming out. And folks, if you've not checked out the magazine yet, we encourage you to definitely... here, let's move that out. I'm going to move that. Well, no, I won't move it. The magazine is coming out in January. And if you would like to get a copy of the magazine, a digital copy of the magazine, all you've got to do is send me an email. Just send me an email at info at, let's put that up there. There you go. Info at lovinandlivinvegas.com will get you a digital copy of the magazine. As I said yesterday, we actually had quite a few people who said, hey, Sherman, I'd like to get a digital copy of it. And so just send me an email, and we'll definitely acknowledge that we'll put you on our mailing list. So when the digital copy of the magazine comes out, you will be the first one to get it. Cool articles. We're putting together the magazine right now. We got some really cool people in this magazine. Just got some acknowledgments. Luis Oliveira from Sambalate is going to be in there. Victoria Seaman's going to be in there. She's a city councilwoman, I should say. And all kinds of cool stuff that's going to be a part of it. Um, we will have, once again, this show, all the links and everything else on our website, on our Facebook page. You can always get a hold of us, folks, on our Facebook page or, Twitter, any place like that. And I think you're going to kind of enjoy what we're doing. Also, the festival, which is going to be January 15th. If you'd like to be a part of that, folks, just get a hold of us and we'll give you some information on it. Hey, this has been Sherman Ray. We will see you again tomorrow. Okay, we'll be on a regular time, 8:30 to 9. 8:30 to 9 o'clock, Monday through Friday. And we'll see you again tomorrow for Lovin' and Livin' in Vegas show. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye.